Hello children, welcome back to our science online class. Let us continue lesson 8. In the previous video, I had explained you how a solution is formed when two or more substances mix together and dissolve completely. And I told you to do the activity given on page 85 on top. I hope all did it and must have observed that salt dissolves completely in water and you get a clear solution. Now you learned how to make a solution. Solute plus solvent, you get a solution. Now today we will see conditions that affect making a solution. The making of a solution or dissolving a solute in solvent depends on the following conditions. When we take a solute and mix in solvent, the solute will dissolve how fast. The way we use first method is a solute dissolves faster in water when it is stirred. Last time in the video you must have seen when I took a glass of water, in that a spoon of sugar I stirred it and it could mix fast. So by stirring we can dissolve, the solute will dissolve faster. Second method is a solute dissolves faster in water when it is heated. If we take hot water and in that we try to mix solute, sugar or salt, it will dissolve faster. Increasing the quantity of water also increases the rate of dissolving solute in the water. Another method is if we increase the quantity of water. If we take more water and then we put the solute in it and try to stir it or heat it, it will dissolve faster. So the rate of in dissolving rate will increase faster if we increase the quantity of water. Next is smaller the size of solute particles. If we take big crystals of sugar and try to dissolve in the water, it will take time. But if we take small size of crystals of sugar or powdery form of sugar, it will dissolve faster. To study the effect of temperature in making a solution, one more activity is given below. It is, you have to take two beakers. Instead of beaker, you can use two glasses having cold and hot water in both the glasses. In one glass you put half glass of water, you take cold water, and in another glass you take hot water. And in that you mix a spoon of sugar in both the glasses. In each glass you put one spoon of sugar. The water which is hot, in that the sugar will dissolve faster than the water in the cold glass. The glass which is cold, which has cold water, in that the sugar will take longer time to dissolve. You can do this activity also at home once and observe yourself. Turn to next page. Common soluble and insoluble substances. Some substances are soluble, they dissolve in water, and soluble substances are there that dissolve in water, and insoluble, the substances which do not dissolve in water. The substances which dissolve completely in water are called soluble substances. For example, salt, sugar, coffee powder, milk powder, lemon juice. These all are the substances that mix in the water completely. But some substances which do not dissolve in water at all, they are known as insoluble substances. Some of the common insoluble substances are sand, oil, chalk powder, etc. These are insoluble. When you try to mix in water, they will not dissolve completely. So the activity given below to show oil is insoluble in water, I will show you how. I will take a glass of water and I will pour some oil in it. You can see a layer of oil is above the water. Water is here down and the layer of oil is at the top, because oil is lighter than water. That is why the oil is insoluble in water. It does not dissolve in water. It is above the surface. So you can understand, you will observe that oil forms a layer over water in the glass. Same way, since oil is lighter than water, it settles above the water. Next page we see objects that float and sink in water. Some objects, they float in water, and some objects are heavy, they sink in water. Objects lighter than the water remain on the surface of water. This is called floating. For example, paper, plastic, thermocol, cork are lighter than water. You see in the example, if I take a bowl of water, see a bowl of water if I take, and if I put a piece of paper in it, it will sink. It will float. It will not sink. And if I take a cork, plastic cork, that will also float on the water. In the bowl it will not sink. But when I take a little heavy metal, it will sink. It will sink in the bowl. So light objects, they float. They do not sink. But heavy objects will sink in the water. So children, you must have understood the things which float on water, on the surface of water is known as this is called floating. When the things float on the surface of water is called floating. And the things, the objects that are heavier than water go down at the bottom. This is called sinking. The objects which sink in the water, the objects which do not stay on the surface, they sink to the bottom of the bowl, that are sinking. That is known as sinking. For example, iron, nails, marbles, keys, coins are heavier than water, so they will sink. For this, you can do the activity given on page 87 and observe yourself and read the lesson well and understand the common soluble and insoluble substances and the difference between floating and sinking. Stay well, take care.